Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Founder's Chair. The Founder's Chair is a podcast where we dive deep into the lives of business owners and find out what it's really, truly like to run your own business. My name's Lauren Brannan, and I will be your host. And today we have a very special treat. We are joined by AJ Singh, who is the Managing Director of Tots United. Tots United is a specialist company that delivers professional and fun football classes designed for younger children aged 18 months up to 5 years. So thank you so much for coming on the Founders Chair, AJ. I'm so excited to
Yeah,
have
no
you.
worries at all.
So for people that don't really know anything about Tots United, tell us what it's all about.
Yeah, so you kind of said everything there. Yeah, so we are an award-winning children's sports academy. We specialise in football and gymnastics classes, and we start from 18 months all the way up to 8 years old. And we're right across the west of Scotland, and we now have several hundred children from lots of communities coming into our programme.
That's fantastic. I didn't actually know about the gymnastic side of things either. So that's
Yeah, no worries.
you've got a lot of something for everybody there, don't you?
Exactly. Yeah.
So why did you decide to kind of get involved with Tots United? What was it that drew you in?
Yeah, no, that's a good point. So, I'm a qualified PE teacher,
Right.
PE teacher now for God, 15 years, been tagged, labelled the world's best PE teacher by a lot of my students from the past and
You
ones that
got a
I've
mug
taught.
to prove it.
Yeah, well, it's on my LinkedIn. Have a look at what they're all saying. So it's on my profile. Um, so yes, I've always been passionate about. I've always worked with kids. I've through kind of community programs and everything that I've done, through teaching and kind of coaching, and I've always had this kind of urge of having my own kind of sports business. And I just went for it. It's something that my oldest was born Amar. He went to a kind of local football class. He went to a couple. And I thought, "Do you know what? I think I could do better here.
Yeah.
And I spoke to my business partner, Yusuf, and the two of us just kind of launched in a local area in Renfrew with Tots United Football. And we haven't looked back since. It's just been brilliant seeing so many kids active, engaged, and most importantly, having fun.
Yeah, fantastic. And when was that? How long ago was that?
A couple of years ago now, so we're just kind of finishing off kind of like a second year. So it's just been amazing
Amazing.
in terms of the
Yeah,
journey where we've been at from the kind of start to now. It's been brilliant.
good. And it's good that you're enjoying the journey as you're going along it as well, rather than
Yeah.
stressed and not really enjoying it, which a
No,
lot of
listen,
people.
I know. Listen, I'm a big believer. If you love what you do, I don't sometimes think this is a
Yeah,
job. I just think it's a big passion of mine, like getting kids active, getting kids moving, and it's given me a lot of kind of that work-life balance. So I've got two boys, Amber and Avi, so I take the two of them to nursery and the school drop-off. So it's pretty hectic in the morning, as a
yeah,
lot of parents could kind of imagine, and grandparents. So it's been great being able to do that. But don't get me wrong, the rest of the day, like I'm on kind of
yeah,
every hours, it's 7 days a week. There's no when you're in this private sector, there's no kind of school bell, going
yeah,
off.
yeah,
It's up to
exactly.
you what you get to work, but you've got to love what you do, and that's something that I do.
Oh, fantastic. I love that. So what would you say is the thing that you're most proud of about Tots United so far?
God, good question. Okay, I would probably say the children. Like seeing that 360 in children, so we get a lot of children, with our program, 18 months to 8 years old. So there's a right big kind of broad spectrum that we have in terms of the age demographic
Hmm.
and things. And I would say some of them sometimes come quite shy at the start. The
Yeah,
parents when I'm speaking to a lot of parents are like, "Okay, I'm not sure how they'll be." I'm like, "Come down, they'll have lots of fun. It's all about fun." And just seeing them quite shy at the start, but by the end of the class, they're absolutely buzzing. They're
yeah,
giving coaches high fives. They're cuddling other children. Just seeing them going from shy to super confident.
yeah,
I think that's such a proud thing, that I've been able to see in every class. And a lot of children now have got so many friends within the classes, and a lot of the parents get to know each other as well. So it's just been brilliant, just seeing
yeah.
that transformation in children and communities.
Wow, that is amazing. And even for the parents, they must be like, wow, like how have you done
A
that?
hundred because it's those ones where a lot of them will go, "Oh, they haven't done a club before," except I said, "Look, any club that they do, you need to give it a bit of time." And we're
Yeah,
just lucky in terms of the classes that we have. They're just full of energy and full of life, and the children love it. They come in, so vibrant. At the end of the class,
yeah.
and you think, God, when they came at the start, they were hanging on to mum, hanging on to grandparents' arms, and then by the end, they don't want to go, which is great. That's exactly
That
what you
is
want.
brilliant. Aye, that's so nice to see.
Yeah.
What do you think are the three things that have contributed most to yours and Yusuf's is success of Touch United?
Yeah, so I think basically the obsession,
Yeah,
we're both
the passion.
relentless,
Yeah,
yeah, we're super passionate, that relentless, that obsession. Even in terms of like, within our fields, I was, a very well-known kind of PE teacher, still am. Yusuf's a top, business lawyer, the
Mm.
best of the best in terms of
Wow.
what he's
Yeah.
did. And the two of us are, are pretty high up there in terms of our own kind of professional careers. And the two of us came together. It was like, he's my best friend as
Yeah.
well. So it's a dream partnership in terms of what we bring, in terms of that high performance. And again, having that kind of growth mindset, I've came from being a PE teacher to now an entrepreneur, a business owner,
Yeah.
and I think I'm quite comfortable with that. That kind of change, and put myself out there, and I'm going to a lot of business network where we got a chance to meet at the Renfrewshire Business One, which is
Absolutely.
great. And I think it's just put myself out there and growing, and I think I'm always that type of person that wants to learn and grow from others. And I think I also a great team. I think a lot of the success for us is just it's me, Yusuf, but there's a whole team behind us. We've got like,
Yeah.
girls that do their admin, we've got social media, the coaches, they're outstanding. I think all of them have kind of contributed to Tots United doing so well.
Yeah. Yeah. You wouldn't be anywhere without them. So
Yeah.
shout out to the team. What's the most difficult challenge you've had to overcome in the past 2 years?
Yeah, I think personally for me, it's been trying to do everything yourself. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Try to be a perfectionist, like where if you look at a logo, like the design, that took us hours to do, like come up with this, the design going back and forth, the two of us, and
Yeah.
just try
Changing
to
the
do it
slightest
all
wee thing.
yourself. Yeah, just every little small detail and things, and don't be afraid to like, if there's somebody else, better, for example, if somebody's better than me at social media, then we'll bring them in, and I think that's why the team is growing, and I think at the start where I was a bit guilty with I can do everything, and I was trying to juggle. I was a full-time PE teacher at the time. I
Also,
was
you're
trying to do
still
Tots
with a PE
United.
teacher when you started.
Yeah,
Right,
so I was
okay.
doing, a full-time teaching job, which is relentless. It's brilliant. It's so fast-paced. You're trying to run a business, which is now growing at a substantial rate. You're
Yeah.
trying to spend time with your family, your wife. So it was just kind of, thinking, like, stepping back and thinking, what's best for the
Yeah.
business? What, is bring other people on board. And that's something that we were able to do quickly.
Good. That's amazing because that's one thing where a lot of businesses will struggle is they do try to do everything themselves for the longest of times and you just burn out and you end up not enjoying
Yeah,
it.
no,
So
exactly. And we've been quite lucky because obviously, like Yusuf, like his background's, business, law, like
yeah,
processes, systems. He's amazing at it. Like he's a wizard. Put me in front of kids, classes, programs, pretty
yeah,
good at it. So it kind of works. Kind of, we both can't work without each other. So it's great. And then obviously the whole team, the coaches and admin and social media, it's just been fantastic. And I think you need that. I think if you
yeah.
try and do everything, you get burnt out, and then the quality can go as well. So it's just being able to address that.
I absolutely. You and yourself definitely sound like the dream team. So
Well, we certainly try anyway.
so do you have a top like mentor? And if you do, who is it and what have they taught you?
Yeah, I'm gonna give him a bit more accolade here, which I keep giving him. But I would say, to be honest, like Yusuf, he is
Yeah.
outstanding. Like he is the best of the best in terms of what he does. He's a lawyer. He's ran businesses before. He's had his own practice out in Dubai. So I'm not a
Wow,
salesman for him.
fantastic. Yeah.
But for me personally,
You
I've
should be
learned
paying
so
me
much from
commission.
him. I know, no, but I've learned so much from him because again, like I'm coming from a teaching, coaching background, working with kids, but
Yeah.
in terms of businesses, put myself out there. I've learned, so much with systems and things, which has been great, thanks to him, and I'm a lot better in front of a computer now. That
Yeah.
maybe about a year ago I wasn't so good in front of the screen here. So he's really, really good about teaching me and just put myself out there in kind of different situations. And then another person I would say is right up there is my family. A lot of my family,
Love
like
that.
my dad especially, like he worked in the restaurant and the catering industry. God, he still works 6 days out of 7. So in terms of work
Wow.
ethic, I've seen it from him
Yeah.
first how hard he's worked for the whole family. He's ran his own kind of business, etc. And I've seen exactly all the work it entails. It was kind of a knock-on effect on all of us because me and my two sisters, we've all naturally all pretty hard grafters in terms of everything
Yeah.
that we do. I would say he's been a really good kind of business mentor. And then I would say another person, I'm going to put somebody sports in here because I'm a sportsman, Michael Jordan.
Oh,
In terms of youth,
fantastic. Yeah. Wow, that's good.
with the brand Jordan, which is,
Yeah.
originally of Nike. It's been amazing. He led by example on the basketball court. Save the Last Dance. If you haven't seen it, please watch it on Netflix. It's
No, I've
excellent.
watched it. Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah. I've definitely watched
just
it.
watch
It's
him relentlessly. He wants to be so competitive, and
yeah.
and you see that brand, in terms of his product and the legacy that he's left now. With basketball, that will always be there. So
Yeah.
that for me is top three.
Well, that's amazing. Like literally such three amazing wins that you've said there. So
I think, like which kit, but I was like, yeah, I think those are the three.
yeah.
There are others there. I think those are the three that have really influenced me.
Yeah, yeah, that have made a difference in your life.
Yeah.
What if you had to start Tots United again? Let's say it was like the beginning of 2022. Is there anything that you would do differently?
Yeah, that's a good question. I would, for me personally, I think in my career, I would have done this a lot sooner. So I
Right,
went
okay.
to university, I went to Strathclyde University, went to Edinburgh, Murray House. I'd done a scholarship in America. I came into teaching at 26, but I'd done quite a lot, with my background in kind of sport and playing and coaching.
Hmm.
I would have done it straight away. I think
Yeah.
for me, I'm kind of late 30s, early 40s now. I would have started this a lot sooner because it's something that I love doing.
Yeah.
And yeah, I'm just embracing it as much as possible. So I suppose my advice for anyone out there is, if you're kind of sitting thinking, oh, what if, just do it.
Follow your dream,
Just do it.
yeah, just do
You
it.
can always go back but just give it a go.
Well, that's it. And that's amazing that you've actually found what you love, though, even now, because you are still young, and people might not find that until late 50s, early 60s.
No,
So,
100%. And for me, I was a big like I don't want to be thinking, one day like what if? I don't want any
yeah,
what if, in
don't
my
want any
life is something I speak
regrets.
to my wife, kids, and I speak to the family about. So listen, have no regrets. You've got one life. You
Yeah,
do everything you can. The best that you can. And you work hard, and you reap the rewards. And it's been brilliant.
yeah, that's amazing. So, I don't know if maybe you've just touched on my next question, but if you had to give
Really have.
advice to any other business owners, what advice would you give?
Yeah, so like I said, we'll just do it. Like if you're sitting on the fence, you know what I mean? Obviously discuss it with family, friends, but if you've got a real passion for something, like give it a go, like
Yeah,
who better to back on than yourself? Give yourself a go and think, do you know what I mean? If it doesn't work out, at least you've tried and you've learned from it. You can, whether it's a part-time thing, a full-time thing, whatever it may be, because it was the same situation for me. I was like a full-time PE teacher,
hmm.
business was growing, and I was relentless as a PE teacher, as all my students will tell me, taking every club, working as hard as I could, try to be a father, try to be a great husband. It was all these kind of multitasks things. I'm getting stretched here then, but something's got to give,
Yeah,
and I just went all in, which was, a hard decision, but also an easy decision as well.
yeah,
Where, I didn't want to leave the school. I loved the school I was at. I was there as a probationer, and the amount of relationships I built, the kids, the staff, the school was phenomenal. They're brilliant to me, and
yeah,
they always will be. But for me, I thought, what, it's now or never. I need to do this.
yeah,
And I've not kind of looked kind of back since. It's like that's still part of my journey. That's made me who I am. But now it's about me pushing Tots United as much as you can. So if somebody is kind of, is of course speak to your family, partners, everything else. Do your homework. Your business plans, models. But if you've got a real passion for something, give it a go. And
yeah,
and I also think be resilient. You're going to get setbacks, knockbacks. That's just part of life. But you have to be resilient. Something we teach. I teach my youngest two boys all the time. But even as me as a business owner, like there will be certain setbacks sometimes. Where this class didn't go as well, or is that, or whatever it may be. But you need to just keep going.
yeah,
And just believe in yourself. And have that belief. I'm a big believer that you can do anything that you put your mind to.
yeah,
There's 365 days a year, 7 days a week, 24 hours in a day. It's just this. You've got time. To
yeah,
make things matter and count to you. And I think for the last one is just look out for each other. I think
yeah.
important that you look out for each other as well. In terms of you know, if you're with a competitor or other businesses, important. Because sometimes especially in terms of mental health, some people don't know what's going on behind the scenes or whatever it may be.
Exactly.
You might just see that energetic, smiley person, but you don't know. You really check in with people and
Yeah.
and care for them. And that comes back for you as well.
I absolutely. I think that's some of the best advice you can give, to be honest, and very inspirational to anyone that's it's thinking about
No,
maybe
that's
going
it.
along the road.
And
So
it's always good to help, and we're always learning from each other. Whatever stage you're at. And I think that's important.
absolutely, yeah. So what's the goals for Tots United? What's the aspirations for the next 5 years?
Yeah, so for us, it's you getting more kids active, getting more kids, moving the community, having lots of fun, within the football, gymnastics, programs that we have, and we want Tots United everywhere. So
Yeah.
at the moment we're in the west of Scotland. We started a franchise journey a lot earlier than we expected and
Wow,
anticipated.
fantastic. Yeah.
And Coach Gary, who's been on that journey, he's been excellent, and we're now getting more interest. Lots of
Mm.
expression of interest coming in, from down south. Because physically, I can't be everywhere my team can. So
Well,
we
yeah,
would
there's
like
only one person.
exactly. So we would like, Tots United to be in every local community, across the
Amazing.
UK
Yeah.
and broader. Why not abroad?
Yeah.
Overseas. I would quite like to, go abroad and I had a stint, in America coaching, and I would love to go back in there and, deliver Tots United, overseas as well.
That's so cool. And the fact that you've already got people kind of reaching out to you just shows how what an amazing kind of a
No,
like structure
exactly.
and
I'm not,
holistic
yeah,
it
and
is.
I'm not just saying that, like genuinely, I love, like, I go to the classes and albeit, I'm the managing director, I'm the head of the coaching, like, I'm still actively involved. My two boys love going, I still love, taking part in the sessions, and it's
Yeah.
just so much fun, and you see so many communities come together, and it's brilliant, just being part of, and we want that everywhere, we want that right across the UK and beyond. So if you're
Yeah.
watching this and you're thinking this is for you, then get in touch
Yeah.
with Tots United.
Absolutely. Oh, amazing, AJ. Well, thank you so much. Last question I always ask my guests is, what is your favorite holiday destination you've ever been on, either personal or business? And what's your dream holiday destination you want to go to?
Okay. Favorite holiday destination that I've been on, I would say America. It was fantastic.
Amazing.
I was
Whereabouts were you?
fortunate enough, yeah, to be in California. I coached out there, and I spent a lot of time in San Diego, right across, traveled. So all
Oh.
parts of America was brilliant. The dream destination, I'm gonna have to say something with a family, aren't I? I would say, um, maybe because it's probably Christmas time, but I've always wanted to go to Lapland.
Oh yeah, or one of my
Yeah,
friends
do you know what
just
I
took her
mean?
kids in.
Yeah,
That
so
looked
just like,
amazing.
for me as a dream for my kid, I've got two young children,
Yeah,
and it just looks amazing. I think
yeah.
maybe it's that kind of time of the year and things, but it just looks brilliant. And I know a lot of kind of people. So for me, I never went when I was younger, and I
Yeah.
thought, I think that would be
Being
brilliant to
able to
go
give
to
your
and
kids that would be
experience.
amazing. Yeah.
Yeah, and even you feel a bit of a kid yourself, when you go there and stuff. So for me, that would be just a dream just to experience that.
Aye, that's definitely on the bucket list. I don't have kids, but I'll go when I do have
Even
them.
if you don't,
I
you go
wouldn't go
anyway.
without them. Oh, fantastic. So, if anyone listening or watching does want to find out more or wants to get involved, how can they do that and where can they find you?
Yeah, so we've got a website, we've got a Touch United website as well. We've got Facebook and Instagram, and also we've got Touch United Gymnastics, Facebook and Instagram. I'll put this up, Touch
There
United,
we
can this
go.
roll up? There we go. There's a bit of socials. And if
Screenshot
you just
this
get
if
in
anyone
touch with
wants
us,
to.
yep, team at totsutd.co.uk.
Fantastic. Well, thank you so much. And that is us all finished. So I'll let you go on with your day. But I
No,
appreciate
that's
you coming
brilliant.
on. And thank you so much once again to all of our listeners.
No worries. Thanks again.